Remember when kitchens were more than just cooking spaces? They were the heart of the home, filled with clever features that made daily life easier and more enjoyable. Today we're exploring 25 forgotten kitchen features that deserve a comeback in modern homes. Let's start with the pantry cupboard. This wasn't just any storage space, it was a deep walk-in sanctuary for your dry goods and canned items that kept everything perfectly organized and within arm's reach. Back in the 1950s and 60s, nearly every home had one of these dedicated spaces, often tucked between the kitchen and dining room. Unlike today's scattered cabinets where items get lost in the back, these pantries had shallow shelves that made every single item visible at a glance. The best ones featured adjustable wooden shelves, proper ventilation to keep things fresh, and sometimes even a small window for natural light. Families would stock these with mason jars full of preserves, rows of canned vegetables from the garden, and bulk bags of flour and sugar that could feed a family for weeks. The organization system was intuitive: baking supplies on one wall, canned goods on another, and frequently used items at eye level. Modern homes have tried to replicate this with cabinet organizers and pull-out shelves, but nothing beats the functionality of walking into your own little grocery store where everything has its place. Pull-out trash bins. These hidden gems kept kitchens looking pristine by concealing trash and recycling bins inside cabinets that smoothly slid out when needed. Popular from the 1970s through the early 90s, these systems were engineering marvels of their time. The best models featured dual compartments for sorting waste before recycling was even mainstream, and heavy-duty slides that could handle the weight of a full week's worth of garbage. The bins themselves were usually made of durable plastic or metal with tight-fitting lids that contained odors. What made them special was the thoughtful placement, typically installed near the sink or food prep area where most waste was generated. The mechanism was so smooth that even kids could operate them easily, encouraging everyone to clean up after themselves. Compare that to today's kitchens, where trash cans awkwardly sit in corners, constantly in the way and always visible. These pull-out systems freed up floor space and eliminated the unsightly view of garbage, making the kitchen feel more spacious and refined. Icebox. Before electric refrigeration became standard in the 1940s, the icebox reigned supreme in American kitchens. These beautiful wooden cabinets, often made from oak or ash with zinc or tin linings, were both functional and decorative. The iceman would deliver blocks of ice twice a week, placing them in the upper compartment where cold air would circulate down to keep food fresh. Families had to be strategic about what they stored and when, planning meals around delivery days. The craftsmanship of these pieces was extraordinary. Hand-carved details, brass hardware, and multiple compartments designed for specific types of food. Even after refrigerators took over, many families kept their ice boxes as furniture pieces, converting them to storage cabinets or liquor cabinets. Today, authentic vintage ice boxes sell for thousands of dollars as statement pieces. Imagine having one in a modern kitchen as a wine cooler or specialty storage, combining that nostalgic charm with contemporary functionality. Built-in spice racks. The built-in spice rack was a kitchen revolution that peaked in the 1960s and 70s, when home cooking was experiencing a renaissance. These weren't just shelves. They were carefully designed systems built directly into cabinet doors or drawers, featuring tiered rows that displayed every spice label clearly. The most sophisticated versions had rotating carousels or pull-down mechanisms that brought high shelves within reach. Many included alphabetical dividers or even small drawers for whole spices that needed grinding. The standard models held between 20 and 40 spice jars, all uniform in size for a clean, organized look. Some featured special slots for larger containers like salt and pepper. What we've lost with modern spice storage is that instant visibility and accessibility. Today's cooks often have spices scattered across multiple locations, duplicating purchases because they can't find what they already own. These built-in systems kept everything in one dedicated spot, making cooking more efficient and enjoyable. Bread boxes. That distinctive roll-top bread box sitting on the counter was once as essential as the coffee maker. Made from wood, metal, or sometimes ceramic, these boxes created the perfect environment for keeping bread fresh, dark, dry, and with just enough air circulation to prevent mold while maintaining moisture. The science behind them was simple but effective. The box regulated humidity, keeping bread from drying out too quickly or getting soggy. Quality models from the 1940s through 1970s featured ventilation holes strategically placed to create optimal airflow. Families would store not just bread, but rolls, muffins, and homemade baked goods, knowing they'd stay fresh for days longer than if left in plastic bags. The ritual of lifting that curved lid or opening the hinged door to grab fresh bread for toast or sandwiches was part of daily life. Today's plastic bags and twist ties can't match the effectiveness or the aesthetic appeal of a proper bread box. Farmhouse sink. The deep, wide farmhouse sink with its exposed apron front was the workhorse of kitchens from the 1800s through the mid-20th century. These sinks, typically made from fire clay or cast iron coated in porcelain, were designed when kitchens handled everything from washing dishes to bathing babies and cleaning vegetables from the garden. The depth, often 10 to 12 inches, meant you could soak large pots or wash a week's worth of dishes without water splashing everywhere. The apron front wasn't just decorative, it eliminated the counter edge that would dig into your body when standing at the sink for extended periods. These sinks were built to last generations, with many original fixtures still functioning perfectly today. The single large basin could accommodate oversized items that modern divided sinks struggle with. While farmhouse sinks have made somewhat of a comeback in high-end renovations, the authentic vintage ones had a weight and presence that modern reproductions can't quite capture. Pull-down or pull-out drying racks. Before dishwashers became standard, ingenious drying rack systems were built right into kitchen cabinetry. These wooden or metal racks could be pulled down from above the sink or pulled out from adjacent cabinets, providing instant drying space that disappeared when not needed. The Swedish and German designs from the 1950s were particularly clever, featuring slatted wood that allowed water to drip directly into the sink while air circulated freely around dishes. Some models included separate sections for plates, cups, and cutlery, all at angles that promoted quick drying. The best versions had adjustable components to accommodate different dish sizes and could hold an entire meal's worth of dishes. When folded away, they were completely invisible, maintaining the clean lines of the kitchen. These weren't just practical, they were sustainable long before that became a buzzword, eliminating the need for paper towels or dish towels for drying. Butcher block countertops. Solid wood. Butcher block countertops were the gold standard in kitchens from the late 1800s through the 1960s, particularly in homes where serious cooking happened. Made from hard maple, oak, or walnut, these thick wooden surfaces weren't just countertops. They were built-in cutting boards that could handle decades of chopping, kneading, and food preparation. The wood was typically 2 to 3 inches thick, made from strips of wood glued together with the end grain facing up for maximum durability. Professional kitchens prized them because knives stayed sharper longer on wood than on harder surfaces. The natural antibacterial properties of wood, particularly maple, made them more sanitary than many people realized. Maintaining them required regular oiling with mineral oil, creating a ritual of care that connected cooks to their kitchens. The warmth and character these countertops developed over time with their patina of use told the story of countless meals prepared and memories made. Lazy Susan. The Lazy Susan revolutionized corner cabinet storage when it became popular in American kitchens during the 1950s and 60s. These rotating trays, whether built into cabinets or freestanding on countertops, solved the age-old problem of inaccessible corner spaces. The name's origin is debated, but the function was clear, making everything reachable with a simple spin. Cabinet versions often featured multiple tiers, maximizing vertical space while keeping items organized. The engineering of quality models included ball-bearing mechanisms that could smoothly rotate even when fully loaded with heavy canned goods or dishes. Countertop versions became command centers for frequently used condiments, spices, and oils. The kidney-shaped designs for corner cabinets were particularly innovative, rotating 360 degrees to bring every item within reach. Some elaborate versions included removable wedge-shaped containers that could be lifted out for cleaning or restocking. Tile or mason jar storage. Open shelving with decorative tiles as backing and mason jars for storage created both beautiful and functional kitchen displays from the 1920s through the 1960s. The tile work, often featuring hand-painted designs or colorful patterns, served as both backsplash and art. Mason jars weren't hidden away but proudly displayed their contents: flour, sugar, beans, pasta, creating a rainbow of colors and textures. This storage method kept dry goods fresh while allowing cooks to see at a glance what was available and what needed replenishing. The uniformity of the jars created visual harmony, while their different sizes accommodated various quantities. Labels were often beautifully handwritten or embossed on metal lids. This open storage system encouraged buying in bulk and reducing packaging waste, practices we're only now rediscovering as environmentally conscious choices. Built-in knife rack. The built-in knife rack, typically recessed into the counter or mounted under upper cabinets, was a standard feature in well-designed kitchens from the 1960s onward. These weren't just magnetic strips, but carefully crafted wooden blocks with individual slots for different knife types. The angle of storage kept blades sharp by preventing them from touching other metal objects. Many featured a built-in sharpening steel in its own slot, encouraging regular maintenance. The safety aspect was paramount. Knives were secure, visible, and out of reach of children while remaining instantly accessible to cooks. The wood used was often the same as the cabinetry, creating a seamless, integrated look. Quality versions included slots of varying widths to accommodate everything from paring knives to cleavers, with some featuring a separate section for kitchen shears. Pot filler faucets. The wall-mounted pot filler faucet above the stove was a luxury feature that appeared in upscale homes from the 1920s through the 1970s. These articulated arms could extend over large pots on the stove, eliminating the dangerous task of carrying heavy, water-filled pots from sink to stove. The engineering was impressive. Double-jointed arms that could reach every burner with shut-off valves at both the wall and the spout to prevent drips. Professional-grade versions could deliver high water volume quickly, cutting meal prep time significantly. The placement required careful planning during construction, as plumbing had to be routed through walls to the stove area. Many featured decorative designs that complemented the kitchen's style, from Victorian brass to modernist chrome. Chalkboard walls. Long before whiteboards and digital displays, kitchen chalkboard walls served as the family communication center. Popular from the 1940s through the 1970s, these weren't just small boards, but often entire wall sections painted with special chalkboard paint. Families would write grocery lists, weekly menus, reminders, and loving messages. Children would practice their letters while mom cooked dinner. The chalk holder, usually a small wooden ledge, became a gathering spot for different colored chalks. Recipe calculations, phone messages, and important dates all found their place on these walls. The daily ritual of updating the board brought family members together, creating a shared space for planning and communication that today's text messages and apps can't quite replicate. Countertop herb garden. Built-in herb gardens were sophisticated features in kitchens of the 1960s and 70s when fresh herbs were harder to find in grocery stores. These weren't just pots on a windowsill, but designed systems with special growing lights, drainage systems, and sometimes even automatic watering. The placement was strategic, usually near the food prep area where fresh herbs could be snipped directly into dishes. Popular designs included tiered metal stands that maximized growing space, or long planter boxes built into bay windows. The most elaborate versions featured small greenhouse windows that bumped out from the kitchen wall, creating perfect growing conditions year-round. Having fresh basil, parsley, thyme, and oregano at arm's reach transformed everyday cooking, adding fresh flavors that dried herbs couldn't match. Tiled backsplashes. The decorative tiled backsplash was both artistic expression and practical necessity in kitchens from the 1920s through the present. But vintage tiles had character modern reproductions struggled to match: hand-painted designs, unique glazes, and slight imperfections that gave them soul. Subway tiles from the early 1900s were thicker and had more variation in color than today's mass-produced versions. Art Deco geometric patterns from the 1930s created stunning focal points behind stoves. The 1950s brought playful designs with coffee cups, roosters, and fruit motifs that reflected the optimism of the era. Mexican Talavera tiles added vibrant colors and patterns. These backsplashes weren't just about protecting walls from splashes, they were about bringing art and personality into the kitchen's hardest working area. Pull-out pantry drawers. Deep pull-out pantry drawers were game changers for kitchen storage, particularly popular in custom kitchens of the 1980s and early 90s. Unlike fixed shelves where items got lost in the back, these full extension drawers brought everything forward into view. The best systems featured graduated heights, shallow drawers for spices and small items up top, deeper ones below for cereal boxes and larger packages. Heavy-duty slides could support substantial weight, allowing bulk storage without worry. Dividers kept items organized and prevented shifting when drawers opened and closed. The visibility factor meant less food waste, as nothing got forgotten and expired in dark corners. Vintage ice cream maker. The hand crank or early electric ice cream maker held a place of honor in kitchens from the 1920s through the 1970s. These weren't occasional use appliances, but summer staples that brought families together. The wooden bucket, metal canister, and complex gear mechanism required ice, rock salt, and plenty of arm power. Making ice cream was an event. Kids took turns cranking while adults prepared the mixture. The anticipation built over the 30 to 45 minutes of churning made the final product even sweeter. Electric models from the 1950s and 60s eliminated the manual labor but kept the tradition alive. These machines could produce textures and flavors that modern appliances struggled to replicate. Warming drawer. The warming drawer was an elegant solution for keeping food at serving temperature, particularly valuable when preparing multi-course meals or entertaining. Popular in higher-end homes from the 1960s onward, these drawers maintained precise low temperatures that kept food warm without continuing to cook it. The best models featured adjustable temperature controls and humidity settings to prevent food from drying out. They could proof bread dough, warm plates before serving, or keep side dishes ready while finishing the main course. The convenience factor for holiday meals and dinner parties was invaluable. Towel bars under cabinets. The simple innovation of mounting towel bars on the underside of upper cabinets kept dish towels handy without cluttering walls or taking up drawer space. This feature, common from the 1950s through the 1980s, positioned towels exactly where they were needed most, near the sink and food prep areas. The bars were typically made of the same material as cabinet hardware for a coordinated look. Multiple bars allowed separation of hand towels from dish towels, maintaining better hygiene. The hidden placement kept towels accessible but not visible from living areas, maintaining a cleaner kitchen appearance. Ceiling-mounted pot racks. The ceiling-mounted pot rack transformed pot storage from hidden-away necessity to decorative kitchen feature. Popular in country and professional-style kitchens from the 1970s onward, these racks freed up valuable cabinet space while keeping cookware instantly accessible. Made from wrought iron, copper, or wood, they added architectural interest to the kitchen. The best designs included adjustable hooks to accommodate different pot sizes and optional lighting integrated into the rack. Hanging pots by their handles prevented scratching and nesting damage that stacking caused. The visual impact of gleaming copper or well-seasoned cast iron created a professional kitchen atmosphere. Tilted or adjustable cutting boards. Built-in cutting boards that could tilt or adjust were clever solutions found in quality kitchens from the 1950s through the 1970s. These boards pulled out from under counters and could be angled to direct juices into the sink or a container. Some featured adjustable legs that allowed different working heights, reducing back strain during extended prep sessions. The best models included replaceable wood surfaces and grooves for catching liquids. Built-in knife storage underneath kept cutting tools immediately accessible. The integration meant no searching for cutting boards or cluttering counters with portable versions. Double ovens. Double ovens were the ultimate luxury for serious home cooks from the 1950s through today. Having two separate temperature-controlled chambers revolutionized meal preparation, especially for holidays and entertaining. You could roast a turkey in one while baking pies in the other, or keep one at warming temperature while actively cooking in the second. The eye-level upper oven eliminated bending for frequently checked items like cookies or casseroles. Many featured different capabilities, one conventional, one convection, expanding cooking options. The time-saving aspect of preparing multiple dishes simultaneously made elaborate meals more manageable. Retro refrigerator with rounded edges. The curvaceous refrigerators of the 1940s and 50s were design icons that made kitchens feel like the space age had arrived. Those soft, rounded edges weren't just aesthetic. They prevented painful bumps in tight kitchens and were easier to clean than sharp corners. The chrome handles and details added glamour to an appliance. Colors like turquoise, pink, and mint green made them furniture pieces rather than just appliances. The build quality was exceptional. Many still run today, 70 years later. The thick insulation and robust compressors meant they lasted generations. Inside, the organization was thoughtful. Butter keepers, egg holders, and adjustable wire shelves that maximized space. Recessed trash chutes. The built-in trash chute was an elegant solution that appeared in upscale apartment buildings and some custom homes. These chutes, built directly into kitchen counters or walls, allowed waste to drop directly to basement bins or garage receptacles. The counter-mounted versions featured cutting board tops that lifted to reveal the chute opening. Food scraps could be swept directly in without handling garbage bins. Some included separate chutes for compost and trash. The hygiene benefits were significant. No garbage smell in the kitchen, no touching bin lids with dirty hands. While building codes and modern waste management have made these less practical, today the concept of integrated waste disposal remains appealing. Wooden drying tray. The wooden dish drying tray or rack was both functional and beautiful, crafted from water-resistant woods like teak or bamboo. These weren't hidden away but displayed as part of the kitchen's design. The slanted construction directed water back to the sink, while elevated slats promoted air circulation for quick drying. Unlike modern plastic versions, these developed a beautiful patina over time. Many featured removable cutlery holders and adjustable plate dividers. The natural antimicrobial properties of certain woods made them more hygienic than they appeared. They could be folded flat for storage or left out as decorative elements. Thanks for joining us on this trip down memory lane. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and share it with a friend. And don't forget to subscribe.